This lecture will help you to understand about the concept called critical reason for statistical test. While you are testing a hypothesis, definitely you would have come across the concept called critical reason. If I want to summarize the critical reason in one sentence, this is a reason for rejection of null hypothesis. Critical reason also can be called as rejection reason. We use this critical reason or rejection reason for rejecting the null hypothesis in the sample distribution. So let us explore some more things about critical reason then. Before studying critical reason, it would be very appropriate to study what is reason in statistics. So it is very simple. In order to test a hypothesis, the entire sample space is partitioned into two groups. That groups are called reason, two reason. Consider it is a sample space. This is a t distribution or normal distribution or whatever it is distribution, which will be very useful for testing a hypothesis. This whole reason can be partitioned into two reasons. That is, one is critical rejection reason and one more is non-rejection reason for the purpose of rejecting a null hypothesis. Then let us know what is the rejection reason. After testing statistics using particular tools available in the hypothesis testing, which is parametric test, you have to locate the value you obtained in the tested statistics in the sample space. Here our concept is, if the calculated value of the test statistics lies where it lies, we reject the null hypothesis, then it is called critical reason or rejection reason. If the tested value or tested statistics lies in the rejection reason, it is called rejection reason or critical reason. And for non-rejection reason, it is contradictory to rejection reason. If the calculated value or tested value lies, we do not reject the null hypothesis. It is called non-rejection reason. So consider this distribution. So our tested statistics fall to this part and we reject the whole this part. So this is what? This is a critical reason. This red shaded area is a critical reason, that's called CV. And now this unshaded area is non-rejection reason and this is shaded area is a rejection reason. Then let us understand in a simple word what is critical reason then. Before that, let us know what is the tested statistics. What is the tested statistics? Why should we use this? So we used to calculate statistical tools, especially in parametric test. We test a hypothesis using different tools available in chi-square test, z-test, t-test, or whatever the type of test. The ultimate value we will obtain is a tested statistics. The tested statistics which is used for decision making. What sort of decision you have to make? Decision about the null hypothesis. So this tested statistics will be used for decision making about the null hypothesis. It means to reject the null hypothesis, to accept the null hypothesis, we use this tested statistics. So along with that, let us understand what is the critical reason then. Critical reason or critical value, we normally call it as CV, critical value. It is a value or values that separates the reason of rejection from non-rejection reason. Which means critical value or critical reason is the reason which separate rejection reason from non-rejection reason. So here this point is critical value. We point it as a critical value. This value separated non-rejection reason to rejection reason. This is a rejection reason or critical reason. Then let us explore what are the cases that we obtain normally in statistics about critical reason. Normally we will come across two types of critical reason. One is one-tiered critical reason, one more is two-tiered critical reason. In one-tiered critical reason, we can again segregate into right-tailed critical reason and left-tailed critical reason. Consider a sample space. In this sample space, this is a sample space for your understanding. And now let us look into the right-tailed critical reason. In this sample space, if your critical reason falling in the right side of the sample space or of the distribution, so this is a CV, critical value after obtaining this from the table value, you will mark it here. This, if the CV falls in the right side of the distribution, it is a right-tailed critical region. And contradictory to this, if your CV falls or lies in the left tail of the distribution, left side of the distribution, so it is a one-tailed critical region and it is falling in the left side of the distribution. So this can be considered as left-tailed critical region. It means in the sample space you are rejecting the null hypothesis in the left side of the sample space. And consider the two-tailed critical region. The name itself is indicating rejection region falls in the both side of the distribution. Consider this sample space, you are in the two-tailed critical region. Critical region in the sense rejection region. Two-tailed means two-side critical region. There is a possibility of two-side rejection of the null hypothesis. So two-tailed test, two-tailed critical region means the rejection falling in both sides of the distribution. So left and right both. In addition to this, let us explore some more things about a critical region. Let us consider, as I said you, there are three cases will arise in the critical region. That right-tailed critical region, left-tailed critical region, and two-tailed critical region. Let us take a right-tailed critical region in the one-tailed critical region. So it is a picture is indicating one-tailed critical region. As I said, your critical value or rejection region is in the right side of the distribution. So this point is called critical value, and this shaded value is a alpha. That's a rejection region. This critical value separated rejection region from the non-rejection region. In this, very importantly, you need to understand four things. One is non-rejection region and one is alpha. One more is critical value. One more is rejection region. So this shaded area, as I said you already, is a critical region and it is alpha, also called a significance level. To improve the quality of our test, our research, we insert some significance level into our hypothesis, that is alpha. Say for example 1% significance level, 10% significance level, 5% significance level. Normally we test our hypothesis at 5% significance level. This 5% significance level is alpha and left 95% is a confidence interval. And this is a shaded area is a alpha. So alpha is a rejection region. A non-rejection region, if you consider a whole distribution as 1, the probability of 1, if you subtract 1 by alpha, you will get a non-rejection region. So this alpha, that alpha value we will find from the respected distribution table, like T distribution table, Z distribution table, and respected tables like that, chi-square test also. So after obtaining that value, you will subtract that value from the whole sample space. The sample space is in this case is 1, and in every case it is 1 always. That because probability always equals to 1. So this unshaded area is a non-rejection region, shaded area is a rejection region, and this point is a critical value. This separated rejection region from the non-rejection region. And one more thing you might have been thinking, how to decide right-tailed critical region, left-tailed critical region. That you will understand in the tailed deciding type of tailed test in my one more lecture. But for your understanding, I will tell you here how to decide right-tailed or left-tailed. So here we use this distribution for rejecting null hypothesis. For deciding type of tailed test, type of tailed critical region, we have to concentrate on alternative hypothesis. We use this distribution for rejecting null hypothesis, but to decide type of tailed test, we have to concentrate on alternative hypothesis. In either the case, your alternative hypothesis is right-sided, such as alternative hypothesis theta greater than theta. So it is the symbol indicating is a greater than. Greater than means in the probability of distribution, the T distribution, this distribution, your rejection region is falling in the right side, which means right, the symbol itself is indicating greater than will come this side, and lesser than will come this side. So if you find greater than symbol in your alternative hypothesis, like theta greater than theta, theta 1 greater than theta 2, which is we use where we consider the two population. So there, right, it means it is a right-tailed critical region. Then let us look into the left-tailed critical region. And left-tailed critical region is a contradictory to right-tailed critical region, as I said you already. Whatever I told you, it is a contradictory to left-tailed critical region. So in the sense, left-tailed critical region means your rejection region is in the right side, left side of the distribution. As I said you, unshaded area is a non-rejection region which you will obtain by subtracting 1 by alpha. The alpha value is a critical rejection region. The alpha value you mark here, that is a alpha value, that's a critical value. So if you want to understand how to identify left-tailed critical region, again you need to concentrate on that alternative hypothesis. If alternative hypothesis is a left-sided, such as lesser than type of alternative hypothesis, that theta lesser than theta or theta 1 lesser than theta. So these are the possibilities of alternative hypothesis which indicate your critical region will fall in the left side of the distribution. So we do left with one more critical region called a two-tailed critical region. Two-tailed critical region, as I said you already, the rejection region falls on the both side of the distribution. Both side means right and left, both side. So as I said you, this block marked shaded area and this critical value, and in the both side, in the right side, in the left side, both side, we are rejecting the null hypothesis. And again, this unshaded area is a non-rejection region. We obtain this by subtracting alpha by 1. And you might be thinking why this is a block shaded and why this is a critical value. And in the whole distribution is a symmetry about its shape, which means if you take the center of it, since you are considering the whole distribution as probability of 1, so this right side area is corresponding to this left side area. In the sense, this left side is a 0.5 and this right side is also 0.5. So whatever the value we get here, it is a negative value like -1, -2, -3, and whatever the value we get here, there's a positive value, that's a +1, +2, +3. So when you are talking about two-tailed critical region, as I said you, this falls in the both side, rejection region falls in both side, but here we have marked critical region only in the right side. This is just because your tested statistics is a positive. In the two-tailed critical region, in the two-tailed critical test, if your tested value is positive, you will mark it here and you won't mark it here. Just simply you will reject you will consider this area for rejection. And if your tested statistics is negative, you will mark your critical value. In two-tailed rejection region, we have to get alpha by 2 because rejection region falls in both sides of the distribution. So normally we will use alpha 1%, 10% and 5% also. 5% normally generally used by most of the statistician. Why should we insert this alpha into a study means to improve the confidence of our result. We insert our alpha and left the 95% is a confidence interval and alpha is a error level. So when you convert alpha, the 5% into 100 divided by 100, so it will become 0.05 because we have to plot this in the probability of one area. So I have converted into one value. Now again you need to make alpha by 2 because rejection region will go to both sides of the distribution. So when you made it, that for each side you will get 0.05 alpha value and 0.05 here and 0.05 here. So it means for both sides rejection region and along with the respected value you will get. So again you might be thinking how to identify two-tailed rejection region. I will tell you again, you need to concentrate on alternative hypothesis. If your alternative hypothesis is two-sided, such as alternative hypothesis theta not equal to theta or theta 1 not equal to theta 2. Usually theta 1, theta 2 we consider for two population. So in the alternative hypothesis there is an indication of 2 equal not equal. It is not a case of lesser than, it is not a case of greater than. So which means it indicates both side. Greater than means right side, lesser than means left side. So it is a equality or inequality, which means it must be plotted for both side. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel.